Roll the corn. We Know the Truth Now show. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the share button. Subscribe to my YouTube and subscribe to my live on TikTok. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Roll the corn. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. You share the live. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Roxanne, what's up? Roll the corn. Chicago, what's up? Andre, appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Dallas, what up? Chicago, DC, Mama Kim, what's up? Texas, Pennsylvania, New York on deck. North Carolina rolling the corn. Bosstown in the building. Quay, what's up? Arizona, roll the corn. Mike Eastwood, roll the corn. Philly in the building. Mobile, Alabama. Utah, Alabama, what's up? We know the truth now. Now today, roll the corn. Today, Can Mississippi, what's up? I love you and I'm in love with you. Now today, I'm going to let y'all get up. Keisha the Hood Princess 9. Y'all follow Keisha the Hood Princess 9. Today, I'm going to let people get up and drop some receipts and ask some questions about something they got. If you got some receipts, some elite receipts, I want to see them. Lately, I've been getting a lot of emails and pictures sent in to my email. That's amazing from all over the country, man. I appreciate y'all for sending me that stuff. I enjoy looking at it. I enjoy researching it. Y'all give me something to study because I'm a study habit type guy. So y'all keep sending that stuff in to the email. Keep sending it to the DM. If I go live and you got a receipt, hop in the guest box and I'll let you hop up so we can check out what you got. Roll the corn. Now today, I'm gonna drop a couple of receipts, then I'm gonna let y'all get up and show me some stuff y'all got or ask any questions y'all got. But I wanted to go through a couple of quick things so people can understand certain things, right? So let's start here. Israelites and so-called Hebrews had ancestors, people. See, somewhere in history, they start trying to say that those people who are the people of Jerusalem, the people of Jerusalem and Israel are the first people with this knowledge, right? Or this way of living, but they had ancestors. I want y'all to know they had ancestors, right? Where did these ancestors come from? This is what you got to understand. It don't just start in the Middle East and Africa and in Jerusalem and Israel. It started somewhere else and it was bought there. Now, Israelites, they say they entered Canaan, while Israelites was used for the people after they settled in the land. Israelites was used for the name of the people that settled in the land over there. They came from somewhere, people. I want y'all to understand that. This teaching or this Hebrew teaching and the way of living came from a people from somewhere else and settled in the land over there in the Middle East, right? Ancestors, Eber. We got places in America named after the ancestors of Hebrews, right? Let's keep going. Now, that's why I keep telling y'all about Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. city in Israel that is known as the first Hebrew city in that area. Tel Aviv is the first Hebrew settlement in that area. I want y'all to remember that because that is very important. And I broke Tel Aviv down. That's why I keep breaking Tel Aviv down to people, because Tel Aviv is the mound of spring, people. That is the mound of spring. Breaking down to Tel Aviv, which is the mound of corn, right? So the first people to settle the first Hebrew-style city in the Middle East put a mound there, named after the mound of corn and the mound of spring. Interesting. This is showing you where these people come from, right? See, all of that other stuff is just filler. This is the truth. The first city where the Hebrews settled was Tel Aviv. A mound was put there first, just like mounds in America, right? Mound there first. Then you translate Tel Aviv to Tel Abib, which is the mound of corn. Now, this Hebrew teaching came from America. Now do y'all understand it? Now do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? So start studying the meaning of Tel Aviv and Tel Abib, the mound of corn, the mound of spring, the first people to settle in the first Hebrew city. Then you take that back to where the corn come from. Then that's where the knowledge come from. These are not the first places of Hebrew or so-called Israelite descent. The people came there. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Now, Hebrew, they talk about the language, right? Here you go. Ivri. Ivri is thought to be related to Eber. Ivri is thought to be related to Eber, an ancestor of so-called Abraham, right? But Eber and Ivri are the same thing. Eber is where they get the word Hebrew. There are places in America named Heber, where Eber came from, talking about the region or the land where the first Hebrew was at. That's where you get Heber Springs, Arkansas from. Heber Springs. Heber is Eber, going back to Ivri, which is all ancestors of the Hebrews across the water. But these are the original Hebrews. Eber. That's why we have towns in America named Heber. Let's keep going. That's kind of deep, but I got to break that all the way down, right? Now, after the confusion of languages at the Tower of Babel, Eber can also refer to the region beyond the Euphrates River inhabited by people tracing the descent of Shem. So what they're saying is Eber is the first people. They try to say it's the Euphrates River, but it's not. It's the Mississippi. It's the Mississippi. Mississippi is the first place with these type of teachings. The oldest mounds, the oldest Hebrew way of life all come from the mound builders of North America, and it went over there. Roll the corn. Hebrew agriculture. Ancient Israel. Focusing on small-scale farming, cultivating, right? The agricultural practices reflected a deep connection to the land and recognition of divine origin with laws and traditions, emphasizing stewardship and sustainable farming. This is where the virtuous Hebrew come from. This is where the virtuous Hebrew teachings come from. Hebrew agriculture, right? Ancient was a cornerstone of the culture and economy. Divine origin, traditions that emphasizes stewardship and sustainable farming, people. Agriculture practices. Let's keep going. Emphasis on planting trees. They planted trees everywhere they went, right? Rotational grazing. Practicing rotational grazing was used to replenish the soil and allow the land to rest. That is Hebrew. Crop rotation, minimal soil disruption. Ancient agricultural practices emphasize crop rotation and minimalizing soil disturbance, as in these notes they got over there, right? Right? The Jewish tradition emphasizes leaving harvest, the outside of the harvest field, to the poor. Right? That all came from ancient Hebrew. That's where the Jewish people got it from. Now, let me show y'all something. Hebrew agriculture emphasizes the sacredness of the land and its relationship to God, people, encouraging the stewardship of resources and commitment to both the land and the community. This is where our people created this. Our people created this. We created agriculture. We created the sacredness of the land, connecting it to God and nature, and that we created that. Didn't no other culture create that. The oldest culture is the mound building culture to do this. This is where this come from. Roll the corn. Compassion, treatment of animals, right? Commandment to avoid prematurely taking fruit from trees, allowing them to mature. Connecting with nature. Hebrew spirituality encourages connection with natural world, people, and appreciating the rhythm of the season, reflecting the belief that God's relationship with humanity can be felt through the land, people. That's where it come from. The land, nature. This is what they talk about was their God, right? That's the original teaching of these people. And I want y'all to understand it. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. What I have right here, let me see. Roll the corn. Virtuous, Hebrew, associated with virtue, strength, valor, worth, power, right? Virtuous woman, a wife of noble character. All of this stuff comes from these people's teaching. We don't care what the name is. We just want to understand what these people were teaching in ancient times. The great people, God's chosen people, were virtuous. Let's keep going. Agriculture formed the backbone of the national life of the Israelites, right? So the Israelites are after the so-called Eber, the ancestors of the Israelites. That's where they got that from. So ancient Hebrews did they teach agriculture? Not really, but when they came around and people saw what they were doing, they had to learn it, right? That's what they trying to say. But that's not true. These people were teaching this. Their understanding of the land and its cycles and importance of cultivating became deeply intertwined with the identity and relationship with God. Right? Hebrew agriculture expertise extended beyond simple cultivation. So this is where people got connected to the land and spirituality a whole lot, right? Roll the corn. Now, this is something else so the Assyrian Empire was in America too. No. Did you hear me say anything about the Assyrians? The Assyrians are after the fact. And Assyrians enslaved so-called God's chosen people. Right? The Assyrians so-called enslaved God's chosen people on that side of the world. So Assyrians ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Roll the corn. Stop throwing in colonizers. Roll the corn. Now look at this. This interesting. Right? A tribe associated with the Caparese and China tribes. Chinese tribe. San Luis, right? It was established in 1674. They might have been part of the Yamasee. The Chinese, part of the Yamasee. Whoa. Hold on. The Chinese is a part of the Yamasee. Did the word Chinese even come from China? Roll the coin. The Chinese tribe was a part of the Yamasee tribe, right? Now, that's interesting. Let's go look at something. The name China is English and Chinese in French. Hold on now. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Fascinating example of the names, countries of influenced by historical events. So they try to say the Qin dynasty is when the China name, the Chinese Empire name came about. But why do we have Chinese Indians hooked to the Yamasee, which were melanated mound builders, and now y'all pop up with China in English and Chinese in French? I'm still studying that. I ain't done with that yet. I just want to show y'all something. But let's get deep. Let's get deep. Now I'm finna get deep. Roll the coin. Let's get deep. Now, the Bronze Age. I want y'all to understand the Bronze Age. 3200 BC to 600 BC, right? Now check this out. Once inhabited the icy regions of the upper Midwest, the Bronze Age was a period in history epitomized by the usage of bronze from the times 3200 to 600 BC, right? It is an important milestone in human history that one major issue, where exactly did all the copper come from? Obviously, we know that Europe had its own Bronze Age, but archaeologists have reluctantly begun to accept that a lot more copper was used than the amounts attributed to European mines. The answer, of course, is America. Science has mines. The answer, of course, is America. Science has determined. Give me a two. Give me a two. Give me a two. Give me a two if you hear me. Y'all hear me? Y'all got me? Give me a two. Give me a two. Okay. The answer is America. Science has determined that large quantities of copper were mined in the Midwest during the European Bronze Age. Whoa! Hold on, slow down. Copper was mined in the Midwest of America during the European Bronze Age. Nobody knew what happened to the copper after it was mined there. Let's keep going. Now, why? Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about first. Let me show you. Amounts of evidence that the best copper of the era couldn't have possibly came from Europe. More than 10 tons of copper oxide ingots recovered from a Bronze Age ship off the coast of Turkey were found to be extraordinarily pure, more than 95%. Only Michigan copper, which was mined in enormous amounts during the Bronze Age, is of that purity. Other similar ingots have been discovered in Crete, Sardinia, Cyprus, Turkey, Bulgaria, Israel, Egypt, and England. Copper is one of the most common metals on the face of the earth. Now, let's break this down. Roll the coin. Let's break this down. Why is Midwest copper found in a ship off the coast of Turkey? Somebody is bringing copper to Europe. Interesting. Somebody is bringing 95% pure copper from Michigan, the only place in the world, to Europe. I thought the mound builders wasn't taking shit to the other side of the world. I thought we wasn't taking no knowledge nowhere. Didn't no knowledge come from here. Didn't no copper come from here. Didn't no corn come from here. Y'all got to stop lying. Y'all think this shit, people who are out of their mind think this is impossible. These people were taking copper all the way to Europe, building mounds. And then when I get into these books, it go right back to my first teaching. Watch this. Watch this. Now, in Israel, Egypt, and England, they got Michigan copper. Do you see that? Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Copper that registers over 90% is extremely rare and has only been discovered in the mines of the American Midwest. Historians estimate 500 million pounds of copper were mined by ancient miners throughout a period of thousands of years in ancient Michigan alone. Yet nobody knows where the Michigan copper went. However, if you visit London, British Museum Bronze Age, where we at? Bronze Age, Axe exhibit, you'll be informed that from about 2500 BC, the use of copper, which was formerly limited to the areas of Southern Europe. Hold on, let me find my spot. Somewhat swept through the rest of the continent, despite the fact that nobody knows where the copper in Europe came from. Let's keep going. This is just a receipt I had. Negroes, bearded, just a random receipt. Aztec, Quetzalcoatl, Negroes. Let's keep going. That's just something else I was looking at. Let's keep going. Right? Now, these mound builders had some type of plant they got from the Pacific Northwest that helped them with tuberculosis. Watch this. The plant has been medicinally hundreds of years to treat diabetes, tumors, tuberculosis, and it appears that it has been bought from Lake Superior region in ancient times and planted in the exact spot. Giant miners excavating copper. These giants were traveled. One of the giant's arrowheads was discovered near a megalithic stone circle in the seaside town of Cornwall, England. When the farmer that discovered the arrowhead sent it to British Museum for identification, the museum shockingly replied that the arrowhead was more than 5,000 years old and it came from Michigan. Roll the motherfucking corn. Now, what I tell y'all about the Cornwall? What did I tell y'all about the Cornwall? Cornwall, England. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all them people live on ancient American mounds that our people went over there and built over there? Didn't I teach you that? Everything I pull up go right along with the truth that I put out long time ago. The prince of, the king and queen of England live on the Cornwall. Did I tell you that? They finding Michigan copper in fucking Cornwall, England. Why? Why? Roll the coin. Because we took it over there. I've been broke the code, bro. I've been broke the code. Every time I get new books and literature, it go right along with the code. Roll the coin. Why is a Michigan copper axe in the middle of England? Somebody tell me. Explain it to me. Why is Michigan copper and corn in the middle of goddamn Cornwall, where the prince stayed, where the king and queen stayed over there on the Cornwall? Why? Why is it megalithic structures out there, mounds out there? Why? Why? I told y'all the old world was us. All that Hebrew shit come from us. All the ancient teachings come from us. All the mounds come from us. All this copper and alchemy, it come from us. You can't lie about where the metal and the crop come from. We know the truth now. Go to the metal and the crops. You can't lie about Michigan 95% pure copper. You can't lie about that corn. If it pop up in your area, we taught your ass. Long time ago. 5,000 years ago. We moving around the world, putting agriculture in these places. And they are holy places They are holy places that these people live at today. Like I just showed you, Israel didn't get built till somebody put the mound right there with the corn. The corn wall, the Prince of England and the Prince, all them folks didn't live there until they found out that the ancient culture was there that we brought over there. Here you go. Look now. Look. 5,000-year-old axe came from Michigan. It's made out of Michigan copper. They won't teach you that. They won't teach you that. We know the truth now. I'm going to tell you the truth. All these people culture come from here. Y'all can stop trying to act like Europe and Africa and the Mesopotamia started that shit. We started that shit. All them tools, them axes, them celts, Michigan copper. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It seems the mysterious giants trekked and sailed across the American West 3,000 years before Lewis and Clark expedition. 3,000 years before Lewis and Clark. 3,000 years before Columbus. Melanated mound builders going around doing whatever they want to do. We was already civilized 3,000 years before Lewis and Clark. And you think you kicking some knowledge. You think you kicking some knowledge about the 1400s, the 1200s, 800 AD. Nigga, there ain't no knowledge. You got to go way back. We've been doing this shit. This ain't new to us. Y'all are learning white people history, bro. The ancient history is our history. We were moving around. They were finding Michigan copper off the coast of Turkey 3,000 years ago on boats. Ancient boats with copper in it. You think we wasn't moving around the world? Building mounds, building civilizations coming from here? You lost your mind. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. They even brought back shrubs found in the rainforest of the Pacific Northwest. The strange shrub with giant leaves, right? East of the Rocky Mountains. Tumors, diabetes, tuberculosis. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That's hoodoo, people. That's hoodoo. All that evil they taught y'all, the evil they taught y'all about with the plants, the root work, that's exactly what they are doing. That is root work. Taking plants, planting them, using the plants for sicknesses, tuberculosis, tumors, diabetes. These people had figured this out a long time ago. They brought it to the Lake Superior area where they worked the copper mines from another part of the Americas. Now, we got our people scared to death to go watch Sinners talking about the girl got some hoodoo, some plant work on the damn twins in the movie Sinners. Calm down, baby. Calm down. You don't even know what that is. They taught you it was evil. YT people taught you that was evil. We got motherfuckers, I'm scared to go see the movie. The hoodoo gonna get me. The hoodoo. I'm spooked. Stop living in mythology world. Stop. White people told you that was evil. Not us. We created root work to heal our people. What you think medicine is? Medicine is plants. You damn fool. You'll go pop a pill from the pharmacy, then say your own people eating something out the field is evil. Is you stupid? Roll the corn. Now, who are these people running around with copper armor, Hebrew breastplates, growing crops, mining copper, putting plants in the ground, healing themselves in America 5,000 years ago? Who are these people? Our ancestors. Our motherfucking ancestors. And what they build? Truth. What they build? Truth. Gigantic man buried in with a colossal panther inside of a mound. What they build, Truth? Mounds. We buried with the Black Panther. We buried with the Black Panther in Ohio. You better get your life together. You want to learn some real history? We buried with the Black Panther. Not no damn African. Roll the coin. Ain't no Black Panther from Africa. That's a jaguar. Jaguar from America. And you're going to try to teach us Black Panther came from Africa over there with all this Wakanda shit. The Wakanda come from here. The Panther come from here. We buried with the Black Panther, the colossal big black, roll the coin. Who you think done that first? Inside of the mound. Let's read it. 9 feet from the summit of the mound, skeleton of a very large individual who had buried by the side of it is bones of a panther. The skull of the panther was very large, teeth very long and sharp. We buried with the panther. Roll the coin. Great deals of nerves to attack a beast of this size. Ancient Black Panthers. Right in the mounds in Ohio. You steady looking for Africa. All that come from here. Africa ain't never had a black jaguar. Never. Sorry to inform you. Never. Never, ever, ever, motherfucker. Never, ever. When the last time you... Never, motherfucker. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Now, this when we get deep. This when I get deep right here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. No, they be talking about them ancient beads, acting like they come from Africa. They come from here too. I'll do that another day. While digging in preparation for the World's Fair in Ohio. Whoa. Slow down, book. This book taking me fast right here. This book going crazy with the knowledge. Digging into World's Fair, Tartarian style buildings. Y'all digging out there? What did y'all find out there? We know the truth now. While digging in preparation for the World's Fair in Ohio, workers were shocked to discover a copper-clad burial of an ancient giant monarch. Y'all finding kings out there with them buildings at the World's Fair in Ohio. These are the people that built them. Y'all want to always get on the internet and act like y'all ain't never figured out who built them. Truth now gonna show you who built them. Them same people that dug the copper, them same people that built the mounds, are the same people that build World's Fair buildings. Do you understand it now? Don't you see the pattern? Roll the coin. Don't you see what's going on? It is a big conspiracy to hide our mounds, temples, pyramids, Tartarian buildings, what we done in the old world. Talking about the Bronze Age. That is 3000 BC. We is riding around with copper. But don't nobody know who these people are. That copper that they found in Tartaria, the copper that they found in Russia, Tartaria area, come from Michigan. The copper they found in Europe with the axe in the mound come from Michigan. It ain't come from Switzerland. It came from Michigan. Roll the coin. When I put that knowledge down, didn't nobody understand it, bro. Don't nobody understand what I'm trying to tell you. All of this ancient culture got a link right to America everywhere they go in the world. It's a link. The coin there, the Michigan copper there, the animals there, right? It's something that's going to link it right back. All you got to do is know what you're looking for. Roll the coin. Now, while y'all finding ancient kings, monarch. A monarch is a king, people. Monarch, buried in copper, right outside the World's Fair building. Why? Why y'all ain't never told nobody this? Huh? Who are these people? How they look? Where they bones at? Where the crown at? Where the copper at? Roll the coin. These are the ancestors that built these buildings. And he ain't no fucking Moor. He ain't from no Ottoman Empire. He ain't no Moor. He not Moorish. He not no Freemason. He none of that. Ancient king buried right by the buildings at the World's Fair. Now all you Moorish niggas talking about the Moors built them buildings, you a damn lie. This the information y'all like to hide, cause this break y'all back. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with that history, bro. That's before y'all. Don't you ever speak on ancestors before y'all. If you're not equipped to learn the truth going back farther than what you talking about, you're not equipped to teach this, bro. These are the people who built that. Ancient giant monarchs buried in mounds in America. Right by the world, right by the buildings that they built. And they still buried them in mounds, because that is the ancient culture. Even though they built the big-ass buildings, they still buried them in mounds because they still get buried going to the underworld. Because that is our culture. Roll the motherfucking coin, man. Talking about some Moorish buildings. The mound builder buildings, big dog. Ain't no Moors built that. You better go see how old Moors is, then go back and look at how old a mound builder is, then get your math together. People founded those buildings after the mound building culture ended after building those buildings. They founded them, then they say they built them. But they didn't build them. They just founded them. YTs and European melanated Moors. Now you know the real history of the world, Craig. Roll the coin. That's what's going on out here. Let's keep going. Do we got more receipts? Do we have more? Excavation here from the past 2 months, the World's Fair, have just made one of the richest finds of the century, right? Those gentlemen have confirmed their excavation of Hopewell Farm, 7 miles from here, upon which is located 20-odd Indian mounds. Let's keep going. 20-odd Indian mounds. At the depth of 14 feet in the center of the mound, they exhumed massive skeletons of a man encased in copper armor. The head was covered with an oval-shaped copper cap. The jaw had been copper molding. The arms were dressed in copper, while copper plates covered the chest and the stomach, right? Protruding sticks of wooden antlers, ornamented with copper. Wooden antlers. That is nature, people. That's not the devil. That's nature. The mouth was stuffed with genuine pearls of immense size, right? Around the neck was a necklace of bear's teeth, set with pearls. At the side of the man's skeleton was found a female skeleton. The two beings supposed to be the man and wife believed they had at last found. Who they find? Who they find? Believe they had last found the king of the mound builders. Him and his wife. Right there by the damn Tartarian buildings in Ohio with the mounds. All of it go together. Roll the coin. Copper mining giants. Now listen to this. Check this out. By the time Spanish conquistadors came to America, they were nothing more than a fleeting memory in the shadows of a bad fairy tale at the end of a Native American folk stories. Why is this important? By the time Spanish came, they were fairy tale stories by Native Americans. Now, why is that important? Moors are Spanish. Yes. Moors are Spanish. By the time the Spanish conquistadors came, there was old history in America. So how in the fuck did Spanish conquistadors, Moors, build any of these buildings? Don't you see the pattern? Roll the coin. So all you empire Moors teaching, slick talking ass niggas, that ain't got nothing to do with the ancient culture. It was already here thousands of years before y'all ever lived in a castle. We lived in a castle. Hunter-gatherers. Don't you ever teach my people that y'all built a motherfucking thing. Y'all didn't do that. It's thousands of years of separation. It's separation, people. It ain't even the same age and time. It's separation. Them people are trying to cultural assimilate mound builders, like I told y'all from the start of my teachings. We know the truth now. Roll the corn and roll the squash and beans, roll the copper, roll the mound, roll everything. We know the truth now. Roll the corn, man. Now, anybody got any questions, hop in the box. You got any receipts? That's all I got for today. I ain't gonna go no harder. I ain't gonna go no harder today, bro. You tell, what's up? One question. I'm done for the day. Roll the corn. Catch me on YouTube. Go.
Hi. Hi, teacher.
Yeah, how you doing?
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege for the acknowledgement to come up. This is my second
Yes,
time
ma'am.
coming up. I've known you for almost 2 years, and I'm really grateful. And everybody that comes up on this live with you, they are really thankful for you coming on and telling the truth. I call you the truth teacher. You are the truth teacher for real.
Thank you, thank
And,
you.
and, and that's my comment. And my question
Okay.
is a couple of days ago. Oh, I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And so you was talking about Michigan today. So that's amazing by me being here and you talking about Michigan. But I want to talk about a couple of days ago when you was talking about the Ohio Serpent Mound
Mm-hmm.
and the Duat.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And my question is, um, Lake Erie,
Mm-hmm.
that's like right between Michigan and Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
is that man-made? And
Um,
because it's divided from the North America where the primal waters
mm-hmm.
started, and I'm really interested in that, and that's what I'm studying. So I'm glad of all your teachings.
Thank you.
So if you can give me the answer to that, is that Lake Erie man-made?
Lake Erie. First of all, you gotta every time you hear Erie, YT people put something in that area.
Mhm.
Because Erie means spookism. They don't understand it. Why is it there? So all these places in America called Erie, I researched it, have places where they hid things, right? So Erie, Lake Erie flooded out some type of culture or town or stuff like that, right? So yes, Lake Erie was man. I mean, was the water flow was a man-made flow from colonizers to hide something in that area. So
Right.
everything Erie, research the area. Yes, that's man-made.
Oh, man. Okay, well, thank you, Truth. I'll keep on watching. Thank
Yes,
you. You done
ma'am.
took me
Thank you
back.
so much. Y'all follow her. Follow her right now. Follow her right now. Roll the coin. Yes, Lake Erie. It's a lot of spots up there by the Great Lakes that's hidden, people. The Great Lakes was there, but they made the Great Lakes larger, and it covered a lot of ancient stuff that was out there. It's on the water now. It's a whole lot of ancient copper mines and ancient culture all up through the Great Lakes area. Angel Rock, what's up? One question.
Peace and blessings, King. How you feeling, brother?
Peace, I'm good. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm happier than ever. What you just displayed was amazing, bro. I can't believe this, bro. I'm breathtaking,
Thank you, man.
man. Listen, this is some good information, man. I got a nonprofit organization. My name is Akeem Giddens. Akeem Giddens. The nonprofit organization is Aboriginal American Youth Development.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So this is great information helping me back that claim up. Because I feel the Aboriginals is the people of the entire planet. That nation was destroyed. Now, I wanted to ask you about Tartaria, the people of America, and the people of Africa, and us having a trade and an understanding with each other, and then getting backdoored by Africa, put into chains, taken to Africa, stripped of everything in England, and then brought back here as slaves and told that we came from Africa. How that sound?
Um, the first slave from America was taken from here to other places. Research the Natchez Indians. Research the Southern Choctaw. That's how a lot of our people ended up in Haiti in the sugar cane fields. And some were taken back to Africa also. You're right. Some of our people were taken to Africa from the southern part of Mississippi and Louisiana. But through I ain't really researched like us getting over there then getting shipped back over here. It's hard to figure that out. But I know a lot of our people from the southern part of the United States was taken from here and turned into slaves in Haiti and Africa.
I think I figured it out because of your live. Like they found the gold in the mounds in England. We've been over there. So when they stripped us of our titles, because they have the King of Kings title. They
See the
have
see the mounds. See, you can't connect the Indian with the mound. See the mound culture is ancient culture. See, when you find mounds with gold and copper and stuff like that over there in England, that is an ancient culture from here taking that over there. Wasn't no enslaving going on, well, none of that. You culture assimilate what they left in the area of the world where you're at, and then you live on top of it. Then you say you built it. See, that's where the cultural assimilation comes from of the mound build.
got it. So what confused me was that I feel like they made created times and dates to put it further back than it really was. Like that empire was global, and
Mhm.
they desecrated it and erased it. And that empire was our united empire of the world. Like, is that close? I'm trying to figure this thing out,
It
brother.
became a world empire. It really wasn't an empire. I ain't gonna say it was an empire. See, when these people were going around, they were just inhabiting new areas and making new areas flourish with agriculture and structure building and building, cities. And the ancient people of those areas, which were not as civilized as those people, were learning from them. So they wasn't trying to be like a empire, like a. They just was moving around, being in tune with nature all around the earth and putting great things in places that didn't have it.
Like, I found it like weird that they basically backdoored us. I feel like they knew about us. They knew how to get to us, who we were, and I feel they knew that because of our old trade buddies. How like we used to trade with Africa.
Yeah.
Kamehameha coming to Hawaii, the Mayans trading with the Egyptians, like they just backdoored us. Say there's some people over there that they know of, kind of like that.
It's kind of like, see, what there was already people on this earth, right? Some people was more advanced than others. Um, when you see a civilization advancing to the point that where they're building pyramids and they're mapping out the moon and the stars and see there's a more advanced teaching of a culture. So somewhere in the history of these places, the advanced culture came in and advanced that area. You see what I'm saying? So Egypt, the Nile River wasn't advanced till the Cushites got there, right? The Sumar wasn't advanced till the Sumerians got there. Um, See what I'm saying? So this advanced culture, which they called the kings of the earth because they were more advanced than everybody else. Um, that's when culture changes in these areas. That you have to understand who are the people coming in to change these cultures to make them high civilization.
Well, I put it to like this, like because they claim we taught them how to stop counting with X, I, and V, how to flush a toilet, how to brush their hair and get clean. We taught them these things. We must have taught them how to back doors too, like a hating brother, one that's not in line for the throne or something, and one a jealousy.
The
I feel
back
like
door
that's
coming
too
anyway.
common, huh?
Every people throughout history that were great got back door, and it always been that same line of bloodline of people. These people were virtuous, nature loving people. They didn't really when they dealt with each other, it wasn't no violence. It wasn't but when they dealt with outsiders, bad things started to happen. So everywhere these bloodline of people went, they got enslaved. They got enslaved in Egypt. They got enslaved in Samaria. Assyrians enslaved them. They come back around to America 1,000 years later and enslave American Indians, melanated American Indians, and that's where the people on the plantation come from. They don't come from Africa. 90% of those people on the plantation come from that land where they are enslaved. Um,
I think a good way to like really find them is
yeah,
the wisdom. The wisdom is almost genetic. I see something interesting in the biblical language and how they have exaggerated speech and how we speak today. Exaggerated speech. I'm on fire. You feel me? Oh, 12 coming. Stop at 5. Like and the way the biblical scriptures speak are kind of with numbers and parables.
hmm
But if you look at it from the right angle, those are prophets prophesizing about the future. Are we that future? I put that puzzle together. It literally is us getting our knowledge back, our wisdom, gathering, and getting our sovereignty, demanding our position back globally. It's the prophecy. And I really see it through your teachings, because I'm on a whole nother teaching. But when I come here and I put the two together, it's all connected. And I think I need to work with you more to find out exactly how connected it is. So I appreciate your
So much,
information.
bro. No doubt. Shoot me a DM, bro. We chop it up. We can chop it up. Appreciate you. Y'all follow Angel Rock. Follow Angel Rock. Angel Rock, what you got to understand is, bro, the old world was one culture. The old world was one culture. See, we try to separate it and make it 15 different cultures. Nah. Old world was one culture, one teaching, one way of living. Um, these certain advanced people, and it were hunter gatherers and there were advanced people, right? The advanced people was going around doing a certain thing. Agriculture, irrigation of rivers, structure building, teaching virtue, teaching how to spirituality, teaching how to help feed the people who didn't know how to feed themselves. They was teaching that. They was doing that. That's why they say the outside of the crop field of a Hebrew, you let the poor have it. You let the people who don't know how to grow that have that to eat. You're looking out for the community. You're teaching greatness. You see what I'm saying? And when I research it, it all comes back to here because everything they done comes back to cropping from here, metals from here, teachings I see coming out of the mounds from here. Right? Because a lot of these things are not found in other countries. So I just trace it back to where the original things were found, and they were found here. Kenny compete. What's up? Yo, yo. Yup, what's up? You know, one question, one comment.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo,
Good morning, y'all.
morning.
Man, I'm really intrigued. I'm proud. I'm proud of everybody that's staying locked in with you, man. And as you can see in the comments, I got so many questions, but I would really like to know what the connection of the Upper Peninsula has with everything that goes down before Canada, then start seeing from Wisconsin and why did the war between Toledo result in the Upper Peninsula being given to Michigan? What was so sacred in the Upper Peninsula that they wanted to keep away from the people who were in Illinois and Wisconsin on that side of the map, you know?
Yeah, you talking about the Upper Peninsula, like around the Great Lakes, right?
I know that it's people who have right. That's what kind of helps feed the
Hmm.
Great
See,
Lakes, but the other lake you guys were speaking about, I don't remember the name of it, what it was.
the Great Lakes, the Great
Go ahead, bro.
Lakes,
Go ahead.
the Great Lakes is some of the most ancient culture was found there. A lot of skeletons, a lot of tools, a lot of things built out of copper before copper was um even created in other areas. It's a lot of hiding stuff around the Upper Peninsula because that is the
Right.
place where the mound builders worked day to day with copper. They poured out millions of tons of copper in the ancient culture. That copper went around the world, right? That's why they were talking about this copper was found all the way in England from
hmm
Michigan.
hmm
So the builders,
Right.
the people, that area is so sacred. And I even got books talking
Right.
about Native Americans. Native Americans calling the people who lived around that area before they got there, the Yam Kodesh. Yam Kodesh means the people, the holy people, the holiness of the people, right? Don't touch their
Okay.
gardens.
Thank you.
Don't touch their gardens. Don't touch their mounds, because you will get cursed. Because these are the Yam Kodesh, the holy people. Kodesh is
Oh.
the holy land. Kodesh is the holy land.
Okay.
The areas around the Great Lakes is the holy land. That's
I see
very
all these
holy
damn
land.
churches got over there.
Yeah. And then you talked about Toledo. Toledo is a Moorish name. You know that, right? Toledo comes from Toledo, Spain. So Moors got in that area and took over that area and named that area Toledo. See, a lot of people don't know that. Toledo, the first Toledo was from Spain. And then they tried to, the Moors
Right.
turned Toledo,
Right.
Ohio into Toledo, Spain, into Toledo, Ohio. That's kind of deep, but check that out. But there's holy land up there on the Great Lakes.
Damn.
The Upper Peninsula is holy land.
Damn. I
It's
appreciate that,
been
bro.
buried. No doubt, it's been buried. It's been water over the top of it. There's all type of
Right.
mines underground with ancient culture. So that's what
So
that's about up there.
that's that. So I believe that's where they took our religion. That's where they took religion from and revamped it and ran off with it and did all that activity with it because I've been looking into James Marquette and everything with these Roman Catholics and everything that they've been pushing on us. Like they just try to put us in fear while they were still in our shit. You feel me? So
Yeah,
that's how I just boil it all
exactly,
down to, bro.
exactly. They put you
Real
in
for real.
fear.
But I appreciate
And
your time, man. Sometimes I just be looking. I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that jet. Mhm.
the
Go ahead. Go
connection.
ahead. Go ahead. Get me out of here. Go
Y'all
ahead,
follow
bro. You
you
can
up.
get me out of here. Go ahead. Go to the
Oh,
next
okay,
person.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah, so you can
okay,
hit, so
okay.
I can listen to you.
Y'all follow you up. Y'all follow you up. Yup, about religion and stuff like that, bro. Um, These people have learned spirituality from the old world and the new world. See, we always think it comes from one spot. They learned a lot of spirituality from the mound building culture, right? And then as you start to conquer the world as a colonizer, you start to find other things that connect you to ancient things. So let's say you find some new literature that goes along with the old literature your people took long time ago, and y'all keep it all together so y'all can figure out exactly what this was, or exactly where this come from, or exactly what these people were doing, right? It took these people a long time to put all of these answers together and steal the knowledge from old world and new culture. So let's just say you get all this Hebrew Israelite stuff from the Middle East. Then you come back over into America, colonize America, and you find all this ancient Hebrew inside the mounds. Now it go together. Now you start to figure out where it came from. This is the first teaching of that, right? Before it got touched. And now they put all that knowledge together, hide the information in museums and vaults and rich colonizers and all this stuff. And they sit there and read it. And they sit there and try to use it against us. But it took them people hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to come up with the answers to these religions, where they got these religious teachings from, and to rewrite it and to give it back to the people. And the Vatican holds mostly all of that literature and culture and artifacts in the Vatican. They got most of it. Everything grand found around the world goes to the Vatican. Ronnie Johnson, what's up?
Yo,
Oh, yo.
what's good with the truth?
What's up, bro?
Hey man, I got a quick question, man. Remember I was the one that was to ask you about like far as the Tartarian buildings, was it like any of our, you know what I'm saying, images of likeness on it, and you know what I'm saying? And did they switch around the statues and stuff like that? And then you came with some receipts a couple days ago too showing that. But I got a question though, like, so a lot of the old pictures that they show of us, you know what I'm saying, when they show like what was that, like the portrait of America or wherever, and they show us in, you know what I'm saying, the Indians as Indians and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When they came here, were we occupying the buildings
Yes.
or were we not occupying the
Who's
buildings?
occupying?
So we were occupying them.
See, these buildings had no bathroom system, right? It had no
Mhm.
windows. So these were holy temples.
Mm-hmm.
Either they were holy temples mixed with storage ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So buildings with no windows are not livable. We all know that. No bathrooms, not livable. It had to be some type of power coming from some spirituality of people where they look at a certain time, right? So yes, we were occupying those buildings on festival days and stuff like that, like spring festivals, things like that. Yes, but there wasn't nobody living in them day to day. It was ancient monuments of spirituality, spiritual place. That's why they turn them into churches. They try to use the building that we use for the same type of thing, spirituality. I hear you, Ronnie. Good question, though, Ronnie. Good question. You got that in the background, but Ronnie, those buildings were used for spiritual things. Did nobody just live in them like that? Now some of those places that are castles, like on the waters and like different places, people occupied and lived in those. But these ancient cathedral, Roman Catholic Church looking buildings that they stole and founded, those were spiritual places. That's why they are aligned with spiritual things like the spring equinox, the summer solstice, things like that. Spring equinox come, light the whole front of the building up, light the floor up. Summer solstice come, light the front of the church up. Same as the way mounds are aligned, them buildings was aligned. They were spiritual places. And then sometimes, through my research, it'd be a mound there in that area first. Then they build these granite and limestone buildings on top of the mound, and because it's already aligned with the ancestors' teaching of equinoxes and solstices for the harvest. So take a mound, build a large building on top of it, made out of granite and limestone, and it's still aligned with the stars in the earth, right? And we went there and celebrated the spring and summer solstice, the winter solstice, all of that. They turned that into to Easter and Christmas and and stuff like that. And they come right double back, steal the culture, assimilate, and make it into a Catholic church because the dates match because they stole it from the ancient dates. Now you start to understand what I'm talking about, right? So yes, those buildings were inhabited. Hell yeah. Certain days, hundreds of thousands of people out there. Right? Now, when they came, they think the building is uninhabited because y'all are at war with our people. They think the building is uninhabited because y'all are at war with our people and we are scrambling. Nobody has time to worship no more. Y'all all up at the building with your guns and disease and all of that, running us off these places. We already didn't come there like that because they were spiritual places. Now the building is uninhabited. You see what I'm saying? Now you just, I found it in 1892, and now we turn it into a Roman Catholic church. Right? I got to laugh to keep from crying, bro. Roll the call. James, what's up? One question.
Good with you, Nelly.
What's up, brother?
Thank you for rolling that corn, man. And look, you make me
Yeah.
very happy at this day and age to be a Mississippian because all the information that you've been putting out there, I've been learning from Dr. Malachi Z. York, the Nation of Islam since 1990. I done served in the military around the country, around the world, and I know culture when I experience it.
Mhm.
I learned the other day, well, this morning, about a little more in depth about Louisiana.
Mhm.
It's still a little cloudy, but can you elaborate on that? Louisiana once being known as West Florida.
The Spanish called it West Florida. I think that map everybody be showing be coming from a Spanish map. They show the whole Florida going across the south.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that's a map from a foreigner, I think. Um, it's more the ancient culture just worked together. I don't think it was no type of line. See, we get into counties and states and stuff like that. They come from Europeans.
Right.
When we
What
break
I
it
learned
down, yeah,
what I learned this morning listening to a queen speak, she said exactly what you said.
yeah,
The countries and the cities and the states, they're not exactly like they're mentioned today in our society.
yeah, they not.
Our cities are really the states, and the states are really the country. And Louisiana is its independent own, one of the few countries still to this day, the
Yeah,
Louisiana Purchase.
yeah,
Can you elaborate on that?
yeah. Now Louisiana is actual own country. She's exactly right about that. That's why when they came to get to Louis, Lewis and Clark went through Louisiana as a territory, trying to take it over as if it was its own entity, right?
Yes.
Um, but we got to understand that a lot of different countries were coming here, putting names on stuff that they could not take outright, so they just put names on certain things and added to the names that they got from the original people, right? So it's a lot of mix up between like the names of the states and stuff like that. Because I understand that counties and states comes from European backgrounds. Before all of this started, this was just one area of a certain people, and I don't think because see when I look at mounds are connecting from different states and cities with star lines.
Right.
This shows me wasn't no state right there when they built this stuff. They was building stuff mound here connecting with mound in Mississippi, connecting with a mound in Arkansas, as a celestial connection. Two different states. Back when they built it, it wasn't no connection. It just was land.
Absolutely.
So I try to just kind of stay like to like the Americas as a whole, because they came over here and split it up and put all these different names and
Right.
bust us up, and now we searching through different states and counties, but that stuff wasn't there when this stuff really mattered.
Right. I'm learning about a lot of different places, but one thing I know for certain, and you know,
Yeah,
and a lot of us who are enlightened know, civilization begins where there's water.
yeah.
I mean, that's undeniable. Mississippi
Fresh,
River, you
fresh
know what I
water.
mean? Yeah, come on, that's civilization, regardless to what the other stories have been added on
Exactly.
for corruption and collusion. Look, bro, I
Yeah.
am a co-partner to KPTX Digital Broadcasters, phenomenal radio, the most diverse radio station on the planet. We're in
Okay.
129 countries. And I really want to just extend my hand from Mississippi to Mississippi. And we would love to bring you on to our radio station and do a 30, 45-minute interview with you and chop it up with the fellas. And let's drop some jewels and also highlight you because you are our royal prince right now, currently today.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
I'm going to inbox you my contact.
Yeah.
And then you just make sure you contact me and we'll take it from there. We're going to highlight this. We're, like I said, we're in 129 countries. Mexico just got added last Monday.
Okay.
We're on every platform there is. iHeart, Pandora, Live 365. So you're going to be our first. And thank you for your time.
No
Keep
doubt.
doing what you're doing. May the creators of the universe align us up as soldiers to make sure we're there when you call for your protection.
Thank you, sir. I got you. Whenever you're ready, I'm on there. I got you.
I'm going to send that information to you. I'm about to sign out and go to work. One love, bro.
Yeah, that's my word. Y'all follow Mr. James. I got you, Mr. James. Let's do it. I was finna say something about the Mississippi River. See, there are places on the Mississippi River aligned with the Milky Way, right? And when we get to talking Milky Way alignments, we talking thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, right? Ohio, Mississippi Valley, Milky Way. Louisiana, LSU, going across the Mississippi River, Vicksburg, Mississippi, all this stuff is aligned with stuff in celestial stars, right? Then you go up to Ohio, you got Sugarloaf Mountain, Access Monday, stuff aligned all around it, right? Then you got all these other pyramid mountains named after Hebrew places. Mississippi on the river and the things that are aligned right there are so old. It ain't got nothing to do with no countries. It ain't got nothing to do with no names, no states, no counties, no none of that. What this is the ancient culture. It's still ancient animals running around when they building these mounds. It's lions was on the Mississippi River at one point in time, people. It's ancient things running around. Ain't no county line, ain't no state lines, ain't no. See, they try to confuse us with all of these state lines and counties and this jurisdiction and that. See, that's European breaking up people on the land to be under different jurisdictions, right? Before we had all that, this stuff could have been called stuff in the Bible. It could have been called Mizraim. It could have been called Kemet. It could have been called, see what I'm saying? Because you don't know what this stuff was called thousands and thousands of years ago when the ancient culture was there, right? So I try to, because there's so many different maps with different things on there people elaborate on, but these maps are sometimes made by colonizers. They don't be understanding. They think everything Florida, everything Mississippi, everything. So I try to stick to the culture to where there were no boundaries on where these people were coming from. Because we all know they were bringing shells from Florida to Mississippi to trade. Mississippi was trading things in Florida. Mississippi was trading things in Ohio. You got Ohio copper in Mississippi, Ohio copper in Florida, Florida conch shells and seashells found in Ohio and Michigan. These people were trading all over the land freely, no governing lines of nothing, just trails to meet at sacred spots during sacred times. That's where the roads of the ancient culture go. So that's what I try to stick to, because they try to separate us, but we are really not separated. This was all one landmass with no jurisdictions at one point. And till the colonizer came, right? Now see, all of that teaching of when the colonizer came and where these words come from and all that come from, that's really irrelevant to us, right? Because that's what they thought, that's what they believe. That's how they look at history. The colonizer looks at history when he begins to colonize, right? So when you trying to teach me something about what the Spanish called something, it ain't got shit to do with us. You trying to teach us where this language came from that's mixed with that and that, we ain't got nothing to do with us. That's your culture. It's cool you talk about that, but some of this stuff we got to disbar from our mind because it ain't got nothing to do with us. Anybody coming from France and cross the water over here that is not from this land, that knowledge is cool, but it's not the origin of our story. That's the origin of their story. That's why they preach it so hard, because they are connected to that. I preach Mississippian culture hard because I'm connected to that. You might preach Spain or French or African knowledge. That's cool. I'm not hating on nobody, but I teach what I'm connected to. But every connection is not the truth on everybody's land, right? We all know people came over here to mess with us. We didn't go nowhere to mess with nobody else. So therefore, you pushing your history on the people you came and enslaved is not our history, bro. Right? It just make common sense. There was forced history. What happened before that is the real history. God Body Johnny, let me get a question.
Well, if it work out, then it'll work out, and it's gonna work out for God. But
Shalom, let me get a question.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's
Can
up,
you
bro?
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, chilling, man. I can't call it. I really just had two questions for you, because I'm deep in the study myself. And somebody asked me a challenging question the other day, so I thought, I'll ask a question of you. Maybe then it might help me answer the question I was asked. But do you know of any tribes, particularly prior to 1492, Columbus coming over here, that do today also assert themselves as Negroes? Because I'm kind of trying to see how like the DNA lines up and whatnot. Because I do know many of those that are calling themselves Native Indian. We know that that's not the case, right? In terms of the narratives and whatnot that you're speaking about. So I'm just kind of trying to cross-reference it a bit.
So you're trying to say, are there any melanated people's tribes that they still have the name of today that they had before colonization?
Well, they could have lost their culture up until this point because we know what happened, right? Just everywhere, these Caucasians went. But ultimately, I'm just trying to see, okay, if you know how people say, oh, I got Indian in my family, right? And then it's like, okay, you trace back, okay, what tribe are you from? Because we know there were like thousands of tribes over here to begin with anyway. So sometimes it's kind of hard to find them besides like looking at the 5 civilized tribes. It's like you kind of started going archive.org and all of that. So I'm like, maybe if you could reference me some names of tribes.
First off, you have to go through the tribes that are descendants of mound builders. All the tribes.
Now that somebody posted the arrow walk. That yes, that facts.
Yes, Arawak, Taino. Tribes that are
Yeah.
descended from mound builders. Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, Biloxi, Tunica Biloxi, Caddo Indians, Tomuca Indians of Florida, the Galay Indians, the Yamasee, the what's the name of the Yuchi Indians, Yuchi. It's even Indians called Miami, Mayanas for Florida. It's so many tribes. But see, here's where you have to Geechee. The Gullah Geechee comes from the old Geechee River and Galley Indians, stuff like that. But this is what you got to do. You have to find the tribes that are descendants, Natchez Indians. You have to find the tribes that are descendants, Alabama Indians.
Right.
So
That's what I do. It gets real diverse.
Are linked. Some tribes are not linked to mound builders. Like the what's the name of the tribe out there in the winds and the plains? Man. Some of those tribes out there on the plains ain't linked to mound building culture. The southeastern Indian was first descendants of the mound builder, and those people were melanated. They were culturally assimilated by natives who stayed in the area, who mixed in with Y2 people and gave away the land. So that's what happened. And then they enslaved the original people on their own land. It went in as original Indians, and they came out freedmen.
Yeah, so that's pretty much because like I love sources, so I'm doing my best to even challenge myself with the ideas that I have, so then I can be able to give proper rebuttals. Like perfect example, like 5-10 minutes ago, I was just talking to some Jehovah's Witnesses purposely. You know what I'm trying to say, showing them what Scripture actually says, that kind of a thing. You know, so I love these kind of counter arguments I get sometimes. But I will say definitely right, because knowing of the DNA haplogroups of our descendants, we definitely share a distinct one, which is E1B1A, and the father's haplogroup doesn't change. So that's why I'm trying to like cross-reference. Okay, are there any of these tribes where we could at least, and I might have to dig a lot because I know these Caucasians did.
Accurate. So we got to stop looking there. Haplogroups are not 100% accurate.
How so?
Haplogroups cannot tell you your lineage and ancestry. You can't just get no bones from Africa and match them up with no bones from Mississippi.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, the bowl science is wild work.
Lottery, bro.
Yeah, I think if somebody tests for a haplogroup but doesn't have any history to back it, you're pretty much lost, right? Because it's not going to be like, look over there. You know, I got you there. But I
are created with bloodlines coming off an original bloodline. So let's say it's 16 haplogroup subglades up on the one haplogroup origin bloodline, right? So if one of those 16 happen to hit somewhere in these whole 17 different haplogroups, they say it's the same lineage of people. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it could definitely I think be the same lineage, but as far as like ancient context, you could be dealing with a whole different nation ultimately. You know, like basically like even how in the Bible it says the Moabites and the Ammonites came from Lot's descendants. But this is a whole different nation other than the Hebrews, but they're Shemites. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I do see that distinction that could come up. And that's why I say without history, I don't think it works, because they know, right? They say all of those that come from West Africa, the diasporans, is E1B1A. But if we don't correlate that with history, we're just pretty much people standing there and they just saying E1B1A. So that's why I'm, kind of trying to do my due diligence on that.
I'll give you an example of how the haplogroups don't work. They can test a mound builder in Ohio, and he matches an Indian with a European background. How do they go together?
Yeah, it's because
how can you pull a bone from 3000 BC and then you got a Mongolian mixed with a French daddy, and then the haplogroup match?
It could match partially on a maternal side, But the Y, the male haplogroup, it never changes. We pass that down to the males. Like the women is where it gets
We let
fishy.
them people teach us. We let them people teach us that you can have a piece of blood and be original. A piece of you want.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that one
Let me
drop
ask you a
rule. All
question.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Do you want a piece of house? A piece of car?
Well, it depends.
You
How
want
good
the
does
whole
it look? I
car?
play it. I play it. I play
With a
it.
car, you want the whole car because a piece of car not gonna drive.
Of
Right?
course,
We
yeah.
got to get back to 100% full DNA, bro. Don't give me no. He got 3% of this and no. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. That I don't do none of that. That's why
We got to get
because what
100.
I'm saying with the haplogroup aspect of it, being that the Y doesn't change and it gets extended to the males, it's like the males are the ones that really hold the proper trace, and if the history is there, because that could get lost too, right? So that's pretty much my dilemma. And I do know the DNA science that we have, it was actually made by us. The current one that they're using to track and trace people and all that stuff, because that was kind of one of the reasons for the, the jibby jab. But I ain't gonna say too much on that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing
DNA
altogether.
wasn't
But
created.
that's
The DNA testing wasn't really created by us. That was created by American scientists, right? Now,
but we were the backbone of it. Kind of like how they say,
talking about
oh,
like
we
Africa, the
study
backbone of it.
genetics. Oh, is that?
Can't say Africa, the backbone of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're pretty much the brains inside of the lab coming up with it.
That stuff is not real. It's not accredited. It ain't. It ain't.
Yeah.
Good question though, bro.
Now, oh, and I got one more thing to say.
Um, First off, y'all, we cannot go off nothing that is not 100% accurate. Nothing. Nothing that is not 100% accurate, we cannot go off of no more. Because it was created to fit a narrative. So if you're trying to teach about haplogroups or DNA testing or matching bones in Africa, it ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm in love with you, but it ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. We cannot. If I do DNA match, if my DNA matches my mother, that is 100% match, right? Simple. So if you come back with some DNA bones matching 2% of Native Americans, how can we believe in that? That's crazy. Either it gonna match or it ain't, bro. Ain't no in between. Ain't no subglades. Ain't no 5 generations down on the right side. Some match, some hit the. No, hell no. Our blood is so beautiful and perfect. We ain't got to get no 2% match. Either we gonna match it or we not. If it match it and y'all get the line to us, talking about it don't match it, it match these other people, that is created by a colonizer to throw us off from the original origins of our bloodline. Because we all know our blood can save the world. Old blood can save the world. We ain't got to go deep into the knowledge to get to that. Old blood save the world. Right? That's why they got all these damn plasma centers in the middle of the neighborhood. You think they're gonna put a plasma center in the middle of the hood? Right? They want the hood. When you know YT people that want anything from the hood? Ask yourself that. What the hell have they ever wanted from the hood? But organs and blood. Think about this, bro. They need it. Organs, blood, and money. That's all they want out the hood. Think about it. Why would you put a blood plasma center in the middle of all the neighborhoods in the hood, all over America? They just sucking old blood, giving it to people saving their life all around the world. Right here in the southeast of America, we got the most blood-sucking goddamn plasma centers ever. Every corner I turn in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, blood-sucking centers. That blood your son giving for them $35 is saving somebody around the world worth $10,000, $20,000. If our blood wasn't powerful, they wouldn't put that right there in the middle of the fucking neighborhood, people. Think about this. Think about this, bro. Let's start thinking, bro. Come on, man. Forget all this haplogroup shit. Forget all this DNA testing, talking about Africans created DNA testing. We don't care about what Africans created because you ain't finna show us my bones match nobody in Nigeria 100%. You can't show me that. If we come from there, our blood should be smack dead 100%. It's never been smack dead 100%. They bloodline ain't even the same as ours. All that E1, B1, F1, fuck all that. Can I send my blood to match up with somebody in Africa 100%? That gives me a lineage of this where I come from. No. Haplogroups is not 100% accurate, bro. Stop researching that shit. It's a game. It's a pun game to throw us off from the truth. Now we get back down to common sense. If O blood can dominate A and B blood, we can do blood transfusions with everybody and their body accept it. That is the origin bloodline. That's common sense, bro. It's common sense. If O can go with A, B plus, B minus, that's the origin. Shit's simple. The plasma place want that O. The plasma want that O, big dog. The plasma got money for that O all day. They gonna suck your ass. You gonna be the fell out in there sucking you dry. They want that O. They not just passing out money for no blood they can't use. They want the original bloodline coming from you southeastern original God's chosen people right here in the South. Look around you. Look around. They know who your blood. They know who your blood is. I ain't paying you for your blood for no goddamn reason. They know what your blood is, bro. Have they ever paid for something that we have? Have they ever paid for something that we have? No. But organs and blood. Roll the coin. Start thinking about this, bro. That Mississippi red clay dirt bloodline is the original bloodline on the face of the earth. They can stop playing. If it wasn't original, why is so much original blood around this motherfucker? Why? If the original blood was in Israel, why the blood bank ain't in Israel? Why the fucking plasma center ain't in Israel? Why it ain't in Jerusalem? Why it ain't in Samaria? Where's the blood bank in the middle of the desert in Mesopotamia? Please show me the blood bank in Mesopotamia. Show me the blood bank in Jerusalem. Where is it? Why they ain't paying them people? I thought that's where all the original bloodline came from. Why? That motherfucker right in Georgia. It's right in Atlanta. Birmingham, Alabama. Miami, Jacksonville, Jackson, Mississippi. New Orleans. Where else? Truth. Goddamn Biloxi, Memphis, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, St. Louis. Let's go up to Mississippi. Yeah, Chicago, blood banks. Everywhere your bloodline hit, the blood bank right there. Charleston, South Carolina, Raleigh. Everywhere your ass at in the black belt, the blood bank right there ready to suck a nigga dry. Think about it. I went to Seattle, bro. I ain't see no blood banks in Seattle. Bro, them folks sucking us dry out here using their blood to save the world, bro. That blood is saving the world. They shipping that blood to every country, every damn piece of the world around. They shipping it to China. They shipping it to England, France, Spain. They shipping that blood all around the world, saving lives. All on the other side of the fucking world. Right there from the middle of Mississippi and Alabama and Arkansas and Georgia. Why? Think about it. That's the most ancient blood on the face of the earth. Y'all Africans don't have that bloodline, bro. Stop trying to connect us, bro. All you slick African talking niggas, quit trying to connect us, bro. We don't fit. We don't fit the same narrative and the same background. We don't fit the same bloodline. Our bones stronger. We got more bones than y'all, bro. Our bloodline older, bro. We got more bones than y'all, bro. Do I need to show a receipt? More bones mean we have been on this planet longer than y'all. Y'all better start researching this shit. Y'all can have YT babies. We cannot have YT babies. We are the dominant bloodline. Y'all got recessive in y'all genes. Y'all can have blue-eyed white babies. We can't do that over here in Tamari, bro. Ain't gonna happen. Brown eyes is dominant, bro. The blue eyes and the hazel eyes is cute. Brown eyes is dominant, bro. Brown skin is dominant, bro. Don't get that shit fucked up. Just because you jet black don't mean nothing. I'm just telling y'all the truth. It's not the same. It is not the same. Roll the coin. Trust Montana. Let me get a question.
We know the truth, man. Thank you for letting me come on, bro. I was just about to send a message down about the blue-eyed blue jeans. Ain't that like a cataract?
It's recessive.
Defection? Recessive, it means that
It's
even though they got the
recessive.
brown skin and their eyes blue, it's still a defect, right?
Now, some colors are not recessive. Like
Okay.
hazel,
Hmm.
stuff like that, that's not recessive. But
Okay.
blue eyes and green eyes and all that's recessive.
And you know what? I always wonder, like,
Real recessive.
why we don't have a lot of albino kids over in America? Because us melanated people, we don't have a lot of albino children over here. It's crazy,
No,
right? But you go
because the
look over there, you
recessive,
got a
because we
whole
don't have that
village.
recessive side of our gene pool.
Mm-hmm.
See, like that light hazel, that dark hazel, that's still original blood. That's still original eye color. Dark brown hazel, light hazel, stuff like that. But when it get to them blues and greens and stuff like that, that is
Mm-hmm.
recessive. That is some shit from over there.
Hey, I had talked to this white tea lady, and she was telling me about the different color eyes. 'Cause I was like, I asked her one day, a minute ago. I asked her like, why is my eyes brown and your eyes blue? She was like, my eyes are blue because my eyes are not as good as yours. She said the brown eyed people are they when you got brown eyes, that means you can survive longer. But
Yeah,
if you got different color eyes, that means you have a cataract and you can go blind at 60, whatever age.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and she was just telling me
The
like,
sun, the brown absorbs the sun's
yes,
rays.
yes, that's what
You
she was
never
telling me.
get
The
that right.
brown.
So with a blue eye, the sun is hitting the whole eyeball. It's not
Fact.
protecting it. The sun you can get eye cancer, like,
Decalcifying it basically.
yeah, because you ain't got nothing protecting the inside of your eye, your iris and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a recessive gene. It's not blocking sunlight. Green
Facts.
and blue is not blocking sunlight. Green
Facts.
and blue is not blocking sunlight.
Hey, look, I've been writing down everything you've been telling me, bro, from the time from last week. I say, you know what? I'm gonna start writing down what he be saying because this stuff is very important.
This
You
stuff
never
is
know what might
important.
happen to where we get disconnected, and I might not never hear you again. But at least I have your voice. I mean, your messages and everything that you was telling us because this information is what's gonna bring us to the forefront. And a lot of people keep looking all over it, keep going to these different kind of lectures, but they don't know. All they have to do is trace back the mounds, man.
That's it. That's it. The mounds teach the culture up until when religion started, up until knowledge came. That's when
Right.
knowledge jumped off with the mound builders. Astrology started with the mounds.
Wow. And I'm here in Georgia area, and I was just at a park yesterday. They had them little placards up, and you could read them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it had one. It was talking about the Cherokees, and something told me to like turn around. It was like something just said turn around. I turned around. I seen like they had like a little water tower built on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? And I'm thinking to myself, something in my spirit was telling me that's the mound right there. They just cut it down and made it shorter, but it's the hill still a hill. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't take the hill off of it. They just made it look a little flat. But when you're walking around the track, you can see once you get a little deep down into the track, you're up a hill. You can look up the hill. So I've been doing my due diligence, man, and just taking what you said and just going out and actually looking because I always look past stuff. But now I'm just like, man, this stuff right here, is this a mound? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop down, let you pull somebody else up. It's a pleasure having me up, bro. But I'm gonna
No doubt,
continue
man.
jotting down what I hear and understanding and getting the correct history from a melanated man. Cause
Roll the
I can't
code.
stand these motherfucking cultures telling me something.
I'm
Bro,
telling you,
I
they
can't
got
listen
you
to
from the
not now
asshole.
one of them again, fam. Like it's like every
Yep.
time I go to listen to them now, it feel like they lying.
They
So
lying, bro. Either they lying or they are misinformed with mythology. One of
right,
them. No
right.
doubt. Appreciate your trust.
Yes, sir.
I'll follow Montana. Follow Trust Montana. Follow Trust Montana. See, what I learned through studying is that different cultures, they have told them so many lies in mythology over time. They are raised in mythology, right? They raised in hunter-gatherer teachings. They're not raised with the truth. That's why they believe in it so strongly, right? They really believe this shit be real. Because their ancestors were hunter-gatherers, taught them that, and now they thinking, okay, since I was taught that as a young age, it's true. No, no. It is real live true that a lot of Africans got the same DNA as YT people. It's true. No matter how black they are, a lot of Africans got the same bloodline as YT people. They don't believe that. They think they had us. No, y'all had them YT people. Y'all bloodline do match up with that over there, bro. That's why they want to send us over there, because that is the recessive land, bro. That's recessive land over there. This is dominant over here. We got ancient humans over here with tools, bro. They still had monkeys running around. Let me say that again. We had tools over here, big brains. They had little bitty brains with monkeys running around, humanoid monkeys. But they try to tell us the humanoid monkey is the start of the people. When we got big brains over here with tools, just as old as the monkey. Something ain't right. Look like it's humans over here, and there's evolution going on over there. I'm gonna break that down a little better another day, man. But y'all start paying attention to this, bro. Everybody ain't come from the same bloodline, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, everybody ain't come from the same. Everybody ain't come from this. Ain't hit this earth at the same time. Australopithecus. Hey, who put that in the chat, man? Hey, oh, that Mr. Milton. Y'all research this word right here. I know I taught this. I did a lecture about this a couple weeks ago. Australopithecus. These are the ancestors of Africans. Put that in your search bar. Put that in your search bar, and then ask, or Australopithecus got anything to do with American and American Indians? No. Roll the card. See, and what's funny about it, the Pan Goofy tried to do a video about this. Australopithecus. He thought he was kicking knowledge. This is the brains where the evolution came from. Bro, that is not a human, bro. It can't get right. It can't get right, bro. Yeah, do your homework on Australopithecus. He tried to say I couldn't read it. Hell no, I can't read it because I ain't no monkey. We know the truth now, can't read. He couldn't read Australopithecus. You know why I can't read that word, bro? Because that is not my fucking culture. That's an African word. How you say it again? Australopithecus africanus. It's called Australopithecus africanus. When I seen the africanus, I already knew what it was, bro. That's not my bloodline, dog. Go quit teaching American people that their bloodline come from this Australopithecus shit. You a lie, bro. That's African ancestors. That's how they mix the bullshit in with the truth. All that lying and let me pull the word up. Hold on. Let me pin that. Let me pull that up, man. Cause y'all think I'm bullshit. Roll the card. Let me pin you so I can try to copy this, bro. Let me copy this. Hold on. Australopithecus. Hold on. Let me get a receipt. Roll the card. This ain't got nothing to do with us. This ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. This is Africanus. This ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. Keep this shit over there, man. We don't know nothing about this evolution of a... No, bro. Hell no. This ain't even no human. Human-like features. Ape-like, human-like features. This is not our ancestors, bro. Y'all done lost y'all African man. Y'all always talking about y'all lost y'all Indian man. Y'all lost y'all African man. You got African syndrome, bro. This shit bogus as hell, man. What is this? Ape-like, human-like. The man hands like this for swinging on trees, bro. Motherfucker swinging on trees like... What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? This is an ape-like, human-like. This is not a full human, bro. Look at the brain. Look at the monkey brain. This is not our ancestors, you damn fool. Let me get one more receipt. One more receipt. What the hell? What the hell, Yante? What the hell, Yante? They is not the ancestors of American Indians, bro. They are the ancestors of Africans. Hold on. See, they try to say Native Americans, bro, but that ain't got nothing to do with the people from over here, bro. That what they really. Now I don't know. Now these Native Americans got that Afrikaners in them. They got that Afrikaner. They can stop that. The original people over here with that old blood, no Afrikaners. They ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. It's not ancestors of America. No, nothing. Them ancestors of mound builders are American Indians, bro. The ancestors of mound builders are American Indians. Y'all can stop playing, acting like putting your fake ass names on stuff. The people come from the mound builders are real, original American Indians. Stop it. That bloodline does not come from Africanus. Australopithecus. That is an African term for African ancestors with monkey brains. I'm not trying to be funny. It's the truth. The truth shall set us free. Jeremiah Nelson, what up? Keisha, what up? You want to hop in there, Keisha?
Hello.
No.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Oh, great. I heard you talking about the ads and all that. And my grandma, she's from Waynesburg, Georgia. I'm second generation up north. But my mom, me, and my sister, we got light spots. So I call it the Michael Jackson thing. You know anything about that? Why did my ancestors probably fuck some YT motherfuckers?
You got white spots on your back?
No, just our face.
On your
It
face?
ain't it ain't heavy, but like in the wintertime we get lighter, and in the summertime we get our complexion back.
Are you a Native American?
Yeah. No, I mean I'm from Pittsburgh. My grandma from Georgia.
Okay. Oh
It's
no,
just
man. I'm gonna check that out, bro. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see.
word.
Appreciate you.
I had more questions, but
All right,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
let you go.
Give me one more. Give me one more.
Um, I heard you talking about Billy Carson, and why don't they promote you like they be promoting him on all the other platforms? Because you be talking the most realest shit I ever seen. Other people still be talking like the hidden color shit. I like the hidden colors, but you talk more of art hidden colors.
Um, they promote Billy Carson because Billy Carson is connected to information that hides a people's history.
Yeah.
By teaching about aliens and teaching about these people, aliens built the pyramids, aliens made man, and all of that. See, that is a teaching of people who want to take the history of melanated people and put it on the back burner and say it's alien being or something like that. So it's just to hide history of the world. That's all it is.
Yeah, because before you, I did love the sci-fi shit, but now you came, we are the sci-fi motherfuckers.
Exactly.
So
Appreciate
peace, yeah,
you.
peace and blessings, God.
Now follow Jeremiah. Follow Jeremiah. See Jeremiah. Let me tell you something, Jeremiah. We some bad motherfuckers, Jeremiah. We some bad motherfuckers, Jeremiah. Let me talk to you like I'm gonna talk to you in the hood. We some bad motherfuckers, Jeremiah. They don't want you to know we some bad, ancient, creative, astrology, agriculture, mound, pyramid. We finding natural springs, all the minerals. We created the math, the science. We some bad motherfuckers, Jeremiah. And when you a bad motherfucker, somebody gonna hate on you, Jeremiah. Let me break it down in the layman's today. When you a bad motherfucker and you created everything that these people claim to have created, they will go to the end of the earth to not let the bad motherfucker know that they are the bad motherfucker. Do you get what I'm saying? They want you to think you are a slave. They want you to think you are incompetent. Your brain ain't sharp. They want you to think that if you don't go through their higher learning system, that you are a dummy. They want you to think that you are nothing, hood, trash, ratchet, poor, ghetto people. You're not civilized. That's what they want you to think. They want you to look at them as if they are the great white hope. White is heavenly, black is evil. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. They want us to unalive each other. So they ain't got to do it. That's what they want. They want us to chase materialism and unalive each other until they the only people left. Therefore, they ain't never got to deal with us, right? That's what they want. But I'm going to tell you who you are. You a bad motherfucker, man. Your skin heal faster, bro. Your brain work faster, bro. These drugs and alcohol and stuff slows down. That shit was really put here for us. Roll the corn. They could drink that shit like water. But when we take it, it slows our cognitive down. That's what they want us to do. They want us to slow all of this down and crash out. That's what they want. You can't go, you cannot go with it. You can't go with that no more. You gotta let that stuff go, right? The alcohol, the pills, you gotta let that go. Now marijuana was made by our people, and it was made by our people. Hemp was made by mound builders. Simple. So marijuana, cool. But all this excessive alcohol and excessive high doses of pills and all that stuff is not for our people. All this heroin and fentanyl and all, that is not for our people, bro. Don't you dare touch it. It's made to slow our cognitive, make us think slower, move slower, get dumber, right? Let me give you a story before I roll this up, man. Let me tell y'all something. Think about the people building the pyramids in South America. Think about the people building the mounds on the Mississippi River, the pyramids in South America and the pyramids in Egypt. Just think about those people. Think about those people. Mushrooms were used for spiritual ascension. Mushrooms was used for ascension. That's true. Think about those people. Imagine how those people had to work together to complete the feat of building those temples and pyramids in South America and Egypt. Do you know how big them pyramids is in Mexico? Think about how many people on the same page waking up with the same agenda for hundreds of years to build these places. Think about the level of thought that they had to go through every day to build these places. Those people were all on one accord, all enlightened, all working together for a common goal, right? If our people do some shit like that today, we would take over the world in under 30 days. Let me say this again. We always talk about what we gonna do, Truth. Now, what we gotta do. Everybody gotta come together on the same accord. Nothing on the face of the earth can stop us from nothing. Armies can't stop us. We might lose some people on the way, but we gonna win. We gonna win, bro. They know this. They know who you are, bro. Without all the drugs, and I'm talking about a clear-minded, Give me a number. A clear-minded people on the same accord look like this. Millions of them. 50 million of us. Same accord. Pull up undetected. Can't nobody stop it. You have your land back. You have your land back before June. Y'all think it's impossible. See, the small man think it's impossible. The small man think it's impossible. He's scared. The hunter-gatherer scared, bro. He don't want no parts of this, right? He act like he do, but he don't want no smoke. Hunter-gatherer's calling the police, right? I ain't never called the police a day in my life. Never. On my mother, I have never dialed 911 in my life for no help. Why? They nosy and they hunter-gatherers and they come to take all us to jail. I don't need no help. I'm going to help myself, right? But anyway, if everybody in America just said, I tell y'all what, man, let's meet out here in the middle of the desert somewhere where ain't no, let's meet out here in the desert where we can park all our cars. Let's meet out here in New Mexico in the desert, man. 10 million of us. Then we just gonna ride the highway all the way to the capital. We gonna pull up, walk right up in that motherfucker. Look, bro, what they gonna do? What they gonna do? We're gonna ride the Smithsonian and go right to the vault. Open the vault up, man. What they gonna do? Come on, let's just be realistic, bro. They better drop an atom bomb around this motherfucker. And then on top of that, everybody gonna leave here. And then it ain't gonna matter no more. But what they gonna do? What your little pew-pew gonna do? When we got the YNs with the whole stick. YN got the stick and they experience. Lead the pack. What y'all gonna do? What's today? Today is what? January, February, April. It's May. Bro, by the first part of July, bro, we'll have all our shit back. I guarantee you, bro. Let's say we meet up in the middle of Mexico on a Monday morning. Ain't nobody going to work. Fuck everything. Park all our cars right out there in the desert. Just park in the desert. Just cars, just millions of cars all over the desert. We out there just goddamn acting a scrape fool. They want us to be ignorant, right? We out there come up with some sun worshipers. We just out there wilding out. We worshiping the sun. Summer soldiers, we out there like this. Everybody out there like this. Them folks gonna get scared as hell. Put that shit on social media. Niggas just out there standing still like this. Oh, summer, Sirius rising right there in front of us. Sun and Sirius rising up. Summer's all seeing that, and then we just say, we going to the Capitol. We hop in the cars, go straight to the Capitol. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? Who gonna stop us? You'll be living in the White House by the 4th of July. We'll be living in the White House, barbecuing at the White House by the 4th of July, bro. What the fuck they gonna do? What they gonna do? Think about it, bro. I'm talking about real unity. Everybody on the same time. Everybody on the same time. 10 million niggas. 10 million Americans. What they gonna do? Get out the way. But we're gonna get out the way and go into them bunkers. Let's go underground, honey. They done figured out this is their land. Let's go underground. I'm going to go underground. Ain't coming back out. Like, burn the house down, honey. We're going back to Europe. They finna get the hell out of here, bro. What they gonna do? Think about it. And I'm not saying that we come to be violent. I'm just saying that what they gonna do when they see us together unified. Us together unified is gonna stop 90% of the bullshit. Us unified with each other back gonna stop 90% of BS. Racism gonna stop. Hurting melanated children gonna stop. All these police pulling folks over, beating them up and shooting, it's gonna stop. Cause now they're like, okay, if we do that, the 10 million gonna pull up, and we don't want to see them people. Them gonna be the nicest YT people you ever seen in your life if you pull up 1 million deep. How you guys doing? We love you guys. Guys, there's free water. Guys, there's free everything. Just take the whole grocery store, guys. You can have it all, guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Peace. You ain't gonna have a mother. They cowards, bro. They cowards. They are not built to deal with a lot of us at one time, bro. You pull up, look at me, ain't trying to hear nothing. They don't want no smoke. Roll the coin. That's the truth. Now, with me saying that is, who down to pull up? Right? Because see, it's a lot of people on this internet trying to teach, but you a hunter-gatherer. You ain't finna pull up. You just trying to teach and make some type of monetary gain, right? You ain't trying to pull up. That's how I know you different from the real people that's connected to this. You try to stay in your house and be safe and call the police. Stay in your house and call the police for help, nigga. We not the same. That's what you do. Oh, I'm scared. Call the cops. Nah. I am the cops. Roll the coin. Nah, we ain't calling nobody. Now the difference is these people be want to teach that some type of psychological, some type of what they call it. I'm tripping. That predicts the future, right? What's the name? Predict the future? I'm tripping. Predict the future. What's the name of the predict the future people? What's the name? Put in the chat. Predict the future. Not psychic. Not psychic. Prophets. See, these people want to be prophets. They want to predict something and stay out of it. I'm going to predict this going to happen to them, but I'm going to be at home. No, nigga. Prophet on the front line. You going to predict it and get your ass back in the house? No. Ain't how that work, big dog. You a hiding prophet ass nigga, huh? You going to predict something and you going to hide back in the back of in the closet, huh? You got to pop out with the prophecy. With all that capping. Stop capping, nigga. I'm gonna talk to you like a Mississippi nigga talk to niggas now. Stop all that motherfucking capping, nigga. You ain't popping out with the prophet. You trying to prophesy and stay in the house, scary ass nigga. You trying to prophesy and stay way over there in Britain somewhere, ain't you? No. Come to the front of the line. See, y'all want to be the big dog, but you ain't gonna do no big dog shit. You don't want to do no big dog shit. You scared to even meet the people you talking to on your live. You scared to talk to the people in your live and meet them in person. You just trying to chop it up on the profit side and stay out the way. No. You got to intermingle with the people, big dog. If this where you claim to come from, let the people go out there and let the people feel your spirit. Let the people see you in flesh and blood. The people are going to tell who the real and the fake is. Right? We ain't trying to pull up and see you in no goddamn, no costume, no clothing, no damn costume, bro. We gonna make this nigga a clown, bro. Why you out here in this costume, bro? Get your stupid ass. See, we got to see y'all in the flesh. See, all that old ducking off in your own little universe teaching bullshit. Come on outside. Right? That's how this supposed to go. Great men walked amongst the people. They just ain't talk from no internet off the phone every day of their life. They gonna talk, they out here with the people. So a lot of y'all niggas ain't even civilized to even talk to the people. You learned everything you learned from a book, the internet, YouTube. You ain't never talked to the people who got this from their ancestors. Right? Them niggas in the South got this knowledge from their ancestors. Can't even read, but he got more knowledge about agriculture than you. That's a Hebrew teaching. Just because he can't read don't mean he dumb. His ancestors taught him what he needed to survive. See, all you African niggas talking about, we know the truth now. He can't even read all them words. So the fuck can't. You thought you were busting a joke? I ain't trying to read Australopithecus every goddamn day. Why? How this gonna help me? African ancestors. It's a joke to you English, YT colonized ass niggas about reading English, bro. Who cares? The truth is, who got their ancestors' knowledge? Not the knowledge of an English word. This can be switched up at any time. Who got their ancestors' knowledge? Who got their ancestors' spirit? Ain't about this shit right here. Fuck who can read the best. That's what the YT man taught you. You can read good, nigga. You might get you a degree and be somebody. Nigga, I'm somebody regardless. I don't need your degree to be somebody. I ain't got to be no doctor. We know the truth now. Fuck being a doctor. The doctor is prescribing medicine my ancestors created. How about that? See, y'all speak good, but y'all are not connected to the people that go along with this history, bro. Speaking good means nothing to me. The most evil people I ever met were good speakers. The most evil people I ever met were great speakers with suits on, people. You don't know who I know. Let me say that again. The most evil people I ever met didn't have on a GD, a Crip, a Vice Lord, or a blood rag. They had a suit on and they was well spoken. Let that sink in. They unalive millions of people, thousands of people. The Crip might have killed one person. I'm not saying that's good, but the dude with the suit on killed 50,000. And you look right over him. Oh, he got a nice Mercedes. He got his suit on, he all cute. That man a devil. See, y'all be looking, stop looking at the outside presence. Stop looking at the materialism. Stop looking at the outside of the being. Look at the soul and the spirit and what they give off and what they are saying, people. They're gonna give it off to you every time. That's all you got to do. Check the aura of the person. Some people let the material blind them, then they get interconnected with these people, and they get their whole spirit took by that person's evil being around them every day. Now you acting like them. You want to do tax evasion. You want to do this and that, all this slick shit. Now you acting like them. You lost your way on the evil side because you think materialism was going to make you happy, but you lost your soul. That's what's going on with our people. We're losing our power of our soul for materialism. Come on, man. The most evil people I ever met had a fucking tie around their neck. Not the niggas in the hood. The nigga with the tie. The nigga with the tie was calling big shots, getting a whole lot of people hurt. He the one putting the heroin in the hood. Cut up with fentanyl, killing everybody. Nigga with the suit. The nigga in the hood just sold it. Somebody gave it to him. The nigga with the suit brought it in there. In his nice Benz. Y'all thought he was the preacher. Y'all thought he was the lawyer, the doctor. Whole time he dropping off the fence. Everybody hugging and kissing him. They don't even know what he doing. I know what he doing because I know what the fuck going on. So don't judge a book by its cover. If the book got a nice cover on it, don't mean it's a good book. The regular book might be the good book. I got the most knowledge out of regular books. Barely hanging on. Right? Roll the coin, man. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. Y'all have a great day. Galil hit the gun. I got 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube, man. I love y'all. Appreciate that. Every subscriber. Love y'all. 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's going up higher every day. More people in the comments, in the email. I love it. That means somebody learning something, bro. Or somebody trying to learn, or we trying to, at least we are in I'm going to say it like this, like my grandma used to say. At least you in the right direction. You might not always have it always right, but at least you in the right direction. And that's what we are. That's all we can do. We can aim, we can learn something that aim us in the right direction, and we can go that direction and learn the full truth about things, right? Because us going in the wrong direction not going to never get us there. Now, if we're going very slow in the right direction, we're going to get there one day. But if we're going slow in the other direction or fast, we're not going to never get there. We going in the right direction. Roll the coin. And I appreciate y'all, like I say, 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube. Appreciate y'all, man. 20,000 on Instagram. And I just started putting stuff on there. It just went up. Appreciate y'all on there. Shout out to the people on YouTube, Instagram, and my TikTok people. Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my live subscription on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm in love with you. Y'all have a great day. If you missed the first part of this, I'm going to put the whole thing on YouTube. Love y'all, man. We know the truth now.